Hello everybody, this is Matador from freetradingvideos.com. Happy July 1st, pretty amazing. And we are looking at a lower open this morning on the S&P 500 ETF. The SPY, broad markets of course doing the same thing. After a little bit of a gap up here ahead of significant news events, things have gotten fairly volatile over here. Big sell-off right at 8:30, big snap back up, all the way back down, another little bit of a print up here. So sort of machinating between 102.50 and this important 103 mark to my eye anyway. If I drop this in here, a lot of support being broken, becoming resistance again and again and again, and we're fighting through that now, but also after a pretty good sized one bar sell-off. Volume starting to come in, and anyway, watching this very, very carefully with regards to all the news this morning. On a higher time frame, the 15-minute chart, you can see that really this is nothing more than just a continuation of a consolidation, a nice low base after a real good size sell-off on pretty nice volume toward the end of yesterday. So we were trying to hold 104, didn't quite work out, and broke to the south. So that's what happened yesterday at the close. The 60-minute chart, again, just kind of zooming out, looking for any kind of support, but 103 and 102. On a daily chart, you can see, have to go all the way out to a daily to see what's been going on here back in time. This 103 area, we had dropped a line in there from before. That's the total swing low. 104 would have been much better, of course, and then below that, this 102 swing low. So relevant price levels just seems like they're a long way away after a multi-bar sell-off. Tiny little consolidation where we thought we were going to get a higher swing low, and we did briefly. Then a gap down, unfilled gap, huge resistance, big volume sell-off again, and now we're down yesterday. So if we do consolidate and open on this low and head south, I'm looking at 102. If we do pop back up, this is definitely a lower swing low then, and that would just state to me that we have a much better chance of failing on the way back up, making a lower swing high from the previous one. And that of course tells me everything about the sentiment of a chart. If we were to close right now on the weekly chart, how solidly we are below the 50 MA now. We tried to hold. It looks all messy in here, but these lines all make sense. And of course below 102 we've got the $100 mark, the century mark on the SPY. Haven't seen that in a while. So good stuff. That's what I'm looking for in the markets. Let's look at the way the trends closed yesterday. So here's the trend at 1.5, solidly bearish, but not oversold in a lot of ways. Trend Q, very, very bearish. And let me go to a 15-minute chart. There we go. So anyway, very, very bearish. Some people would consider this getting into the oversold level, so we'll be watching this. And the volatility index, the VIX for the New York Stock Exchange, almost all the way back up to the highs. So 35, pretty dramatic. We'll be watching that again very, very closely after this little bit of a bleed out here. So good stuff. On a daily chart, the VIX is starting to consolidate a little bit. That's not confirming the broad markets actually in this scenario. If this was confirming, this would be much higher and it would be above this swing high, just like the broad markets were below the swing low. So this is a bit of a divergence to my eye between this and price action on the SPY anyway. So good stuff. Just watch out for those things and trade well this morning, especially. Use great money management, and I can't wait to talk to you around noon, see how things are shaping up. Trade well, everybody.